All right, here we go. Season 3 Pack Squads finale coming in hot. Here's the deal. The pack luck this season was unheard of. We start the season off pulling Tatis. We end up pulling Trout twice this season. I mean, come on. Our keeper, Ketel Marte, is the first player in Pack Squads all season to reach parallel 4 status. He is in 51 games batting .302 with 17 home runs, 9 doubles, a triple, 952 OPS, and a lot, as you're about to see, clutch extra base hits. Usually on Pack Squads, we play one episode. The rules are in the description box down below. After that one game, we will open packs. The packs that we open are the players that we use on the squad to make the squad better. And then in the next episode, we use those upgrades to try and get a dub. And the goal every season is to win as many games and upgrade the team as much as possible until the final week. And in that final week, we push for World Series. We put all our chips on the table. We grind it out. And today's episode is that episode. The World Series push. The grind was completed. Did we get in? Only one way to find out. Stick around for the outro. We're going to talk about season 4. Do keep in mind season 3 is the first time we will still be using the premium pack diamond pack after wins. So in the montage this season, the video you're about to watch, we will be opening a diamond pack after each win. We didn't do that in season 1, season 2. You guys wanted me to spice up the montage. We're doing just that. It was a well-needed adjustment. You guys always have great adjustment ideas, so as usual, let me know in the comment section down below. Now let's check out the World Series, run the montage gameplay, and then I'll talk to you guys about season 4 and some particular changes we may be making, and just some ideas, thoughts going into season 4, and a bonus episode that you guys might want to watch. We'll talk about it after the gameplay. I do make some changes throughout this, so just bear with me as we go through here. We are starting off with the same lineup that we left off in the last episode. We just have the Lou Bob, Pete Crow Armstrong have that added to our bench. 817 is the rating. It's the highest we've ever started this finale montage. We're going to have German Marquez on the mound, but we're going up against parallel 5 Bobby Miller right out of the gate. Are you kidding me? We do start with a solid swing no there with Garrett Mitchell. Mike Trout then comes up and sneaks one into the left side hole. That gap between third and shortstop, he gets on base. Then Larry Walker with a line drive out to center. Trout goes up to second base. Thought about going first to third. We didn't. Ketel Marte gets down 0-2, but then he rips one out to center. Good swing on a curveball. Scores our first run of the game, first run of the episode. But that's all we'll get. We'll strand 2 on the bases, and that's going to actually come back to bite us because that first run is really all the success we're going to have here in this first game. Spoiler alert, gets one to bleed there. Amazing play by Bryson Stott, and we're going to go ahead and get the next batter to roll. Ground ball to third base, 2-0. So after the leadoff base hit drops, he got a little bit lucky there. We end up getting out of it. We face the minimum into the bottom of the second. We still have that 1-run lead, and here's where he's going to get the party started. Frank Thomas with a line drive left side, and he just kind of got his timing. In hindsight here doing the voiceover, he got his timing down on that Frank Thomas swing, and he just never looked back. Rafi Devers hits an absolute moonshot. I don't think he could have hit it much farther out to right. Next batter, Ronald Acuna, in a 2-2 count. That got too much plate. We're lucky that didn't go out. It's a deep fly ball to left. Next batter comes up. I believe that's Joe Mauer. He's going to fly out to center. 2 down. Garrett Mitchell makes the play. And now with 2 outs, Roberto Clemente trying to make sure we get him here. So the pitcher leads off the third. We get him. He pops it up. And now we're going to be down by 1 into the third. Larry Walker's going to get on here. A 2-out base hit. Can we capitalize on getting lucky there? We can. We go down. We inside out a splitter to left center. Another hit. Another. We're just piling up the singles early in this one. Bryson Stott then gets hit. I almost felt like this was intentional. To get Tatis up there and get away from that. I think it's like 110 contact versus right with Bryson Stott. Loads up the bases. We take a slider there, 1-2, runs it 2-2 here with 2 outs, and he just blows a fastball by us. He almost froze me there. That was an emergency swing late. He just absolutely got me. And of course, in typical Shelfy fashion, right after we squander an opportunity, we give up a tank in the bottom half, and he wasn't done there. Bryson Stott's going to make a play on a ground ball here, but then with 1 out, Rafi Devers, he's already homered once in this game. He hits another nuclear bomb, and that's when my opponent just never looked back. Just not off to a good start there in game 1. A slow start to the run, but we are going to get hot. Game 2 going up against Bobby Miller. Once again, Bobby Miller back to back. I had just got done seeing a lot of Randy Johnson with my God Squad, and then we hop on pack squads and we're seeing nothing but Bobby Miller. So just straight 101, 102 everywhere. Brian Baya started the game. Jazz Chisholm there. You saw a lot of fastballs just off the plate. I couldn't hit the corner to save my life. We walk Jazz Chisholm. He's on first base with 1 out, and he's going to rip the gap. 67 speed, easily going to get to second, but Garrett Mitchell couldn't cut it off. So Jazz Chisholm's going to come all the way around and score from first base. So our opponent takes an early lead here after losing game 1. We are now trailing by 1 in the next game right out of the gate. 3-1 count there, bases loaded, 2 outs. He had a chance to kind of bury us early. We get a ground ball. That ends the inning. So just 1, a little bit of damage done, not a lot. This is where I decided to make my first adjustment of the run. I was under that fastball at Bryson Stott. I decided to go ahead and get rid of the outer part of my PCI here, just mix it up a bit. I don't want this extended rough patch to go on too long, so I'm just working with the middle PCI, and it worked out because in the 4th inning, after getting a couple of warm-up swings in, we are now going to get going. Larry Walker with a no-doubter out to right, a line drive 108 off the bat ties the ball game. Larry Walker again with 2 outs in the 6th, skipping a few innings ahead here. We have 4 hits in this game to this point. Larry Walker gets on with 2 outs, and then Ketel Marte cashes in. Hanging splitter, 2-run bomb. We're up by 2, 3-1 ball game with Bryson Stott coming up. That's all we would end up getting in the inning. Brian Baya is still pitching. As you can see on the scoreboard there, he's given up just the 1 hit earlier in this game, and then he just burned all the way through and kept it clean. In the top of the 9th, we're going to get some more insurance runs. Ketel Marte with his 2nd homer of the game, that one to dead center, makes it 4-1, and then Stott comes up and he goes bombs away, dead center, no doubt. Little off the end of the bat, but it was no doubter animation kicked in immediately, makes it a 5-1 game, and that's all we would need to win. We're going to bring Nathan Eovaldi out to shut things down in the 9th. At this point, just 2 hits in total for our opponent. That 1 run that he scored all the way back in the 1st inning. He does tack on 1 more here, 1-2 count with 2 outs, hits a solo shot, but Henry Davis is going to strike out to end the ball game. So we lose our first one, we get right back into the win column. That was a big win. Our opponent was in championship series, so we got 32 points for that win. It gets us right back to where we were and some from that first game. And since we added that rule again, where we're adding diamond players after wins in that rally, we are now going to add Bobby Miller to our pitching staff. We've faced him twice. Now we're going to use them, and we're going to use them against Parallel 5 Logan Webb, trying to make it 2-1 on the video. Laughing Mountain Park. Garrett Mitchell was hitting balls really hard to lead off games on this run. He didn't have a ton of extra base hit success, but he was getting things started. Mike Trout, however, we're trying to get that batting average up. You're going to see him start to pick it up throughout this video here. His 2nd home run, 427 feet. He gets us on the board early, 2 runs in the 1st. Batting average is just so hard to get out. When once you go like 1 for 10 like we did to start with him, it's so hard to get the average up. But you're going to see him hit for some serious power the rest of the way through here. Bobby Miller, though, in his debut game with an early lead, hacking on the strikeouts. 4 strikeouts in a row to start the ball game. Jose Ramirez, 0-2 count with 1 out. We're going to get him to swing over top of the curveball. Then Devers comes up. He tries to mix it up, put something in play. Bunt against the shift. Doesn't work. So 6 up, 6 down. We faced the minimum through 2, but Brett Beatty's going to break that up in the bottom of the 3rd by leading things off with a single. We immediately get a fly out to right, though, for 1 out. Logan Webb comes up and drops a bunt down, moves that runner up into scoring position. Top of the order is going to come up, but there is 2 outs. And then Jorge Polanco in an 0-2 count. We got him to swing over top of that breaking ball down, looking for that fastball. And right after he left that runner in scoring position, it's always important to jump on your opponent after they squander an opportunity. I do it a lot. We're going to lead off the 4th with a Larry Walker double, and then Ketel Marte hits a no-doubter. See ya! A no-doubt rage quit. Ketel Marte doubled up our score. We would have won that game 4-0. Instead, 2. Of course, he quit before the ball landed, so statistically, that home run won't count for Ketel Marte. Our MVP from last season, our keeper, gets Bobby Miller the win, which boosts him up to parallel, and our post-game pack this time around is going to be the Legend Takashi pack set 2. We didn't get the rare round. I was hoping to throw with Bobby Miller or Bob Feller, I'm sorry. I have 2 Bobs in the rotation, but we didn't get the rare round. Next game, we're going to throw with Max Scherzer, looking to make it 3 wins in a row, but our opponent comes out guns a-blazing, solo shot to lead off the game. Then he got a double to drop in the gap, and he immediately hits a 2-run bomb after. So 3 batters have come to the plate in the bottom of the first, and it is 3-0. Skipping all the way into the 5th now, though. We got a slow start on this one offensively. He had the parallel 5 David Price in there. Had to make an adjustment with some of our swings. We don't score our first run until the 5th. We capitalized on that double from Tatis. We ended up getting him up to 3rd. And then Pete Crow Armstrong off the bench rips an RBI triple into the 9th inning now. Eyes peeled. Mike Trout goes oppo to lead off the inning. Couple batters later with 1 out, Ketel Marte goes oppo. We were down 3-1 in the 9th inning. 2 solo shots to tie, and then in an 0-1 count, Bryson Stott, our 3rd solo shot of the 9th, giving us a 1-run lead. A no-doubter. 3 home runs in the 9th inning. He just hung that splitter. Bad spot to put that pitch against a left-handed hitter that crushes righties, especially in this ballpark. We go up 1, and then in the bottom of the 9th, an amazing play by Larry Walker takes a hit away. With 1 out, he gets a base hit up the middle, brings Gary Sheffield off the bench. He strikes out over top of that sinker, and then Austin Martin grounds out. We win this game 4-3. You have no idea how sweaty the palms were going into the 9th. I did not play well at all early in that game, but we gutted it out and we won it. We came back late. We never said die. We got the win, and our diamond pack this time is going to be an AL West pack, where we're going to take Reed Detmers. And that was a tough choice between him and Matt Brash. I haven't used either of them. You might even maybe see me circle back to that pack in the future. Reed Detmers in his debut game against the Nashville Stars. We're 3-1 so far on this grind. We are 2 wins from World Series. If we win this game and the next one, we're in. Just like that. Skipping into the 5th, Reed Detmers throwing a gem at this point. He came into this 5th inning giving up just 1 hit, no runs, and with that runner on first, tried to steal second. Catcher couldn't get it out of his hand. We get that strikeout with a runner in scoring position anyway. And then in the top of the 6th, after we made him squander an opportunity, Garrett Mitchell hits a no-doubter. And I really felt like I had this one in my grasp. Solo shot from Garrett Mitchell. Mike Trout then rips one up the middle, and Larry Walker again. Larry Walker might be our keeper, man. We might keep him over Mike Trout. Makes it 3-0. We go into the bottom of the 6th. Reed Detmers has given up just 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, and suddenly things go bad. A rollover ground ball single, and then his creative player crushes a perfect opposite field moonshot. A beautiful swing on a missed pitch makes it 3-2. We still have the lead, however. We are up by 1 for now. A good, beautiful, again, perfect pitch right there. Dotted it up, but he had a better swing on it and sneaks it through up the middle for a knock. Couple batters later with 1 out. Lefty. Rafi Devers gets me again. That's the 3rd home run I've given up against him on this run. We went up 3-0 in the 6th, and we were throwing a 1-hitter. In the blink of an eye, it's 4-3. It's just straight up demoralizing, and there's no real other way to put it. It was flat out demoralizing. Bottom 6, we give up another solo shot, so we went from up 3 to down by 2. But you know me, we never say die. Top 8, 2 outs. We have a runner on first. Ketel Marte again. He's got that great inside out swing animation. He can get that ball into that gap the other way. Extra base hit, scores a run, makes it a 1-run game. And then Lou Bob comes off the bench. He strikes out with a runner in scoring position, but we're down by just 1. 1 swing of the bat, we can tie this up. He is, however, going to try and get an insurance run. Bottom 8 leadoff single, tries to go the other way with George Springer. That hooks foul, and then 0-2 rips it up the middle. Tough at bats all day long for my opponent. And then with 2 on, nobody out, another base hit left side. Bases are now loaded with nobody out. I go to the big guns. Zach Britton out of the bullpen. We got to keep this a 1-run game, and we do. I didn't want to use Zach Britton when we were down because I wanted to make sure we had him for the World Series game, but I had to give us a chance to win this one in the 9th, and we did. We get out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam, but then on our side in the top of the 9th, we go 3 up 3 down until Mike Schmidt comes up, of course, and gets us a late hit with 2 outs for Benintendi off the bench, who hits a ball hard right at Devers, but he gets nothing for it. Devers knocks it down. He couldn't make the play initially, but he picks it up, makes the throw. It got sweaty there down the stretch, but we just didn't do enough to win the game. And now we are going to be coming off a loss, 3-2 on the video, an 842 rating. We're now 3 wins out of World Series, and we got to throw with German Marquez. We have put ourselves in a corner when we could have been just 1 win out of World Series. We got to hit our way out of it. Larry Walker's been hitting the whole video. He's going to keep going. Laser beam 2-run bomb in the first. Gives us the lead early again. Next inning, Fernando Tatis jumps on an inside sinker. It always feels good when you turn on that pitch right there, righty. Just like you didn't even hit it. Feels like you're swinging a tennis racket. 3-1 ball game, bottom 6 here, and I don't know what to call that. Solo shot sneaks over the wall. Bottom 7, peak Fro Armstrong off the bench. That one's going to also sneak over the wall. The RNG kind of started rolling in our favor in this one. We have been pitching great. I know I'm not showing a ton of pitching highlights in this montage reel here this season, but I pitched great in this stretch. It kept us in ball games. This was really the only game where we had a handful of home run animations kick in, where we were just really under the ball, like that Pete Crow Armstrong putter that you saw get out. For the most part, we were in sweaty pitchers duels. We win that one, bumps our rating back up a little closer to where we need to be. We are once again going to open that AL West pack. This time we're going to take Matt Brash. So we are 4-2 overall in this video. And here's where things get interesting. Bobby Miller is on the bump, and we are playing on Legend. This is game 1 for Pack Squads on Legend. If we win, we know for a fact that our opponent is over 900 because the PCI is so small. We know we're on Legend, which means we know that he's over the 900. Since he's over the 900s, that means that we're going to get a lot of points if we can pull this one out. And in the bottom of the 3rd, off the bench, Jorge Polanco goes yard. And I put Jorge Polanco in my lineup in case we seen a lefty. I had a gut feeling telling me we were going to see Randy Johnson, so I put Jorge Polanco in for Bryson Stott, and he actually ends up hitting a home run left-handed to give us the lead. Funny how things work out. 2-0 lead early. Later in the game, he gets a solo shot, Mike Trout, to get one back. Makes it a 1-run ball game. Of course, he made it a 1-run ball game because we just gotta sweat every single pitch all the way through. 2 outs in the 6th. Frank Thomas rolls one, and then Devers comes up, who's killed us in this video, but we get him to roll it over with Britton. We went to the big guns, out of the pen. 1 out now, bottom 6. We get to sneak one through down the line, and we're going to have runners on the corners with 1 out for Ketel Marte, who's going to break a bat, and I'm going to break for home. I figured he preloaded the throw for first, but he did a good job throw canceling, got me going back to 3rd. Good play on his end. That's good user defense by my opponent right there on that play to keep us from scoring and keeping it a 2-1 game, because he is having some really sweaty at-bats, and this really could come down to one swing, as you're going to see. His swing radius did start to open up, as you see in the strikeout there to end the 7th. I could tell he was starting to really press a little bit. His at-bats early in this game were tough. I started swinging a little bit more late. Think he was getting nervous. Again here, bottom 7, I'm going to try and steal a run, and again, he throws us out trying to get an extra run. We thought we had an RBI single through the hole there. Second baseman knocked it down. I initially thought about going back, but unreal play, picks it up and throws us out at home. 2 innings in a row we could have tacked on an insurance run. We could not. And he capitalized. Couldn't in the 8th. In the top of the 9th with Mariano Rivera out there. There's a leadoff base hit. Next batter strikes out. That was Devers on the lefty. We brought Hader out for Rafi Devers. He gets a strikeout. Next batter rolls one to Tatis, and then Reggie Jackson strikes out to end the ball game. We got 23 points for beating our opponent, who had a 918 rating. And I decided after this game, instead of opening another future of the franchise pack and getting a player that I'm like not even going to use, just use him off the bench, I'm going to throw a dart at a headliner pack. And we actually got the rare round. I was totally willing to get a gold round here and just whatever, move on, but we actually got the hit round. So we take Goose Gossage, usage, put him in the bullpen, and we now have an 882 rating with Brayan Bello on the start in the starting rotation on the bump, and Goose Gossage in our bullpen. Not only that, we're gonna take the lead in this game where we could make World Series in the fourth. Jorge Polanco again with a home run, putting him in to see the lefty, ends up working out here late in the run. He gives us the lead in the fourth. We then hit another home run with Ketel Marte. How about a third in the fourth inning? 3 solo shots, this one from Mike Trout, a no-doubter out to left. A 3-0 ball game after 4, and we had just given up 1 hit to this point. We're going to go into the 5th though, where Mookie Betts is going to drastically shift the momentum of this game. Not only does he hit a solo shot, you're going to see him pop up again later. He gets another one back here with Taylor Ward, turns on that fastball. He was very late on the fastball the whole game. Turned on that one though. Here's Mookie Betts out in right field, robbing a home run. So he's put one over the wall out there in right. He's taken one back over there out in right. So just Mookie Betts alone is the difference between a 4-1 ball game and a 3-2 ball game here in the 6th, where he's trying to tack on extra runs, but we're going to throw him out at second. Mike Trout then is going to come up with 1 out. Big. If we didn't throw him out on that previous play from left field, he would have scored on that, but it doesn't really matter because he's going to go oppo with Frank Thomas to make it 4-3, and we are suddenly down in this game that we went up early. I mean, when we took the lead in this one, we were cruising with Brayan Bello. I really didn't think he was going to touch us the rest of this game. Not only did he start touching us, he started taking us yard, having tough at-bats. Mike Trout here, bottom 6 with 2 outs. When that animation kicked in where he kind of slid off the plate, I thought it was a no-doubter. I celebrated in my chair, but it was fouled by 2 feet, and then we end up striking out on the 2-seam. So he swings through that pitch, gets nothing for it. Into the 7th, again, we have a runner on first, but we are striking out left and right now. Adam Ottavino just got me in a blender late in this game. Through 7, down by 1, Mike Schmidt grounded out. We had a runner on first there in the 7th, and then it was 3 up, 3 down. He didn't move off of first base. Into the 8th now, where he's going to go to his face to the franchise Aroldis Chapman. Gets a fly out, a strikeout, and then a check swing strikeout of Ketel Marte to end the 8th. And I really needed to jump on Chapman because that was our last chance. He ends up scoring 1 on a double from Frank Thomas, and then Frank Thomas ends up moving up to 3rd on a sac fly, where he's going to score on a little inside out single to left, and then Oswald Peralta is going to follow that up with a double in the gap. That'll score another run, making it a 7-3 ball game with 1. It's actually a triple. It's not a double. That is a triple to make it a 7-3 ball game. And he wasn't done there. He's going to hit a sacrifice fly out to right here to make it 8-3. Larry Walker's not going to be able to get that in time. And then Ketel Marte is going to go oppo. And why not? Suddenly, in a game we were winning in the middle innings, we end up losing by 6. He had 1 hit going into the 5th inning. He ends that game with 13 hits, 9 runs. And when I tell you, he completely woke up and went from not touching anything to smashing everything. All you can do is tip your hat and move on. We're still just 2 wins out of World Series. If we can win this one, we're right back where we were in the last game. We are trying to persevere and just grind through this thing. Once again, we're going to get up early in this game. A solo shot gives us the lead. Fernando Tatis then hits a triple in the 3rd, and Larry Walker, lefty. My opponent was using the gold Robbie Ray. I mean, he had him parallel 5, so I guess he has some success with that card. Doesn't stop Larry Walker from going 468 out to right field, no doubter, to give us a 3-0 lead. Into the bottom of the 6th, where with 2 outs, my opponent's going to hit a 418-foot fly out to center, and he decides to call it right there. He was not happy with that fly out, and I wouldn't be either, quite frankly, but you picked the barn on that one, bud. Lots of parallel progress in that last game, including Ketel Marte at parallel 4. Just like the last video, instead of opening a guaranteed diamond pack, I'm just going to throw my pack at a chase pack, where we do get a diamond. We do not get Carlos Delgado. In fact, we get a duplicate. We pulled Josh Hader. So the diamond pack after this game was kind of a waste. It'll help me with stubs though for packs in the future. I will say at this point, the team just looked phenomenal. I really wasn't worried about making any more additions to the team at this point. Really just getting Bobby Miller was all I needed from when we picked up the montage. We are at 880. We are once again 1 win from World Series. We have Reed Detmers on the mound, and wouldn't you know it, we are facing Parallel 5, Randy Johnson. Parallel 5, Randy Johnson versus Reed Detmers for World Series. Can we get it done? Reed Detmers get the fly out to lead things off. Then Jorge Polanco can't make the squeeze on that. Puts a runner on first with one out. Mike Trout then rips one down the line. Looking like he's going to score to start things off here. Not only is he going to score, he's going to score too. After Mike Trout gets a double, he gets a ground ball to sneak through. Makes it 2-0. Frank Thomas then comes up against the lefty. I was nervous it was going to be 4-0. Instead, he rolls one to third for an around the horn double play, and we are going to fight back instantly. Ketel Marte with a no-doubter out to left. I'm just camping fastballs on Randy Johnson and looking to react on the off-speed. Goes ahead and drops that out there to left. That splitter down the Mike Trout. We're going to do the same thing. A no-doubter. Camping fastball, reacting off-speed, having some success here early on Randy Johnson. We eviscerate that early lead for our opponent. It's now 2-2 in the second. It will pop up a strikeout and a fly ball out the center. 3 up, 3 down. We have taken the momentum instantly after he thought he had it. And bottom 2 with 1 out. We go lefty, lefty to the wall. Off the bat, I thought we got one there, lefty, lefty. We didn't. Mike Schmidt then is going to come up in an 0-1 count. Again, I thought I maybe got this one to go off the bat, but Ronald Acuna keeps it in the ballpark. Top 3 now, still a 2-2 ball game. Randy flies out, and with the runner on first, his second double play of the game. 3 innings here. He's got 2 runs and 2 double plays. Look at that. Look at that. That is Reed Detmers leading off the bottom third with a single. And we needed it because Ketel Marte followed it up right after the Reed Detmers single. He threw a slider right down the middle. We destroyed it. Ketel Marte is up to 17 home runs for Pack Squads, and that's with his 18th. He had that home run earlier in this video, not count. Our opponent quit, and we got exactly 20 points on the dot. Exactly what we needed. We win the game on a walk-off home run rage quit from Ketel Marte. Our MVP put us on his back. Got us up. We got to find a way to get him back on the team. We can't keep him again. The question is, do I keep Larry Walker or Mike Trout as our MVP this season? Larry Walker was definitely the better player, but there's strategic options to going Trout. Obviously, he's a little harder to pull. In our World Series pack, obviously, we made World Series for the first time. We're going to take Greg Maddux. So there it is. We got in. We made World Series. And for the first time all year, we will have an MVP, a Cy Young, and our World Series keeper reward. On top of that, one minor adjustment, we are going to bump up the floor for our Pack Squads team. We will be starting this season with our Cy Young, our MVP, our World Series reward, and a baseline of gold card. As you can see, Greg Maddox's energy is down. That's because I recorded, or not recorded, but I did record the gameplay of Greg Maddox's debut. I played a game in World Series on Legend. We're already 1-0 on Legend. Saw that game in the montage. We played our second game on Legend, 1 game in World Series with Greg Maddox, game of debut. If you want to see that video, thumbs up down below. We'll get it up as a bonus video tomorrow if we can get this video to 2,000 likes, and then we'll start season 1 in July to kickstart the month. Now, out in the outfield, I have Mike Trout and Larry Walker sitting there because before I record episode 1, I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to let me know in the comments who you think I should keep for season 4. I'm thinking Mike Trout just off rarity alone. Mike Trout's he's so hard to pull. I know we pulled him in back-to-back episodes, but we've only pulled him one other time in Pack Squad's history. We've been doing this for 5 years now. We've only pulled him one other time ever in a half decade doing this series. We pulled him in back-to-back episodes, which was nuts. But I think keeping him, we could potentially get Larry Walker out of his headliner pack again. That's the only thing with him. Larry Walker was definitely the better player on the season, though. He batted .371 with the 1270 OPS, 10 home runs and 7 doubles in 21 games, whereas Mike Trout batted just .224. But keep in mind, he did start 1 for 10. So because of some bad PCI placement on my part, he did start in a very deep hole. He ended up hitting 7 homers in 14 games. So on average, he was homering every other game. He drove in 9 runs, a .913 OPS, and he had a bunch of home runs in those big games down the stretch there to get us in World Series. Obviously, Mike Trout is a stud. He's got all the best quirks that you could imagine in the game. But I am really, really good with Larry Walker, and I would like to get him back on the team. But I think ideally keeping Mike Trout, getting Larry Walker out of a headliner pack, and having him as an MVP option next season when we can't keep Mike Trout again would be ideal. But I'm interested in hearing your thoughts on that down below. Before I make that decision, they're both going to hover until one of them gets cut. This is what the squad is most likely going to look like going into episode 1, season 4. We will, as always, open 2 50 bundles to kickstart the season. Just one of the chase packs. 100 packs, 1 chase bundle, and this base squad is how we're going to kickstart season 4. And since I recorded that gameplay with Greg Maddux, we're not going to be able to throw with our World Series reward start the season, but we will have him in the season. Our Cy Young reward is not up for debate. We're going to go back-to-back seasons keeping a left-handed reliever. We'll take the 91 overall Josh Hader. We had him in season 1. We didn't keep him. We didn't get him in season 2, and then we pulled him twice in season 3, and now we're going to keep him going into season 4 as our Cy Young. So it's Josh Hader, Greg Maddux, and then either Mike Trout or Larry Walker, and a flat line of gold cards going into season 4. That's how we're going to get things started. Remember, at the start of season 2, we started 0-5. At the start of season 3, we started 0-3. So I think it's safe to say I've already set the bar too low on the restart of our new seasons. If you're new to Pack Squads, just made World Series with that team. We had insane pack luck in season 4. We're going to restart the squad on season 4. Wipe the table, MVP, Cy Young, World Series reward. Instead of doing bronze cards, I'm going to bump it up to golds. Other than that, nothing is going to change going into season 4. I think we've got this down to a science now. This has been a ton of fun going season by season with Pack Squads this year. I think was one of the better decisions I've ever made. This has been a ton of fun going into season 4. We finally make World Series for the first time. Can we do it again? Find out next time on Draft.
Just now, say it with your chest now. I'm young, I'm free, can't nobody take